Hi and welcome to Manga with Terry. Okay, last time we done anxiety here, number 1, 2 and 3. Now if you remember, it's on PDA format on my website, and what I'll do is I'll pop the name up for you. Today we're going to work with a pen rather than a pencil, so if you make mistakes you can't rule them out. The main reason for this is I'm trying to get you to rely less on a rubber when you're doing your drawings. So maybe I should do that a bit bigger actually. We're working on eye number 4. Okay, and I'll do it bigger so as you can see it better. Picking this up a bit just down here. Just bring this along here and make sure it's nice and dark. Okay, and that's our eyebrow. Now when you're doing the centre of the eye, what you'll notice is that there's a highlight there and a highlight there. Okay, so and what we're going to do is we're not going to draw around the highlights like you normally would. Yeah, you draw around like that. What we're going to do is we're going to actually draw the iris in and do the highlight at the same time. So the highlight comes around there, iris comes down and has a bend there, then fill that in. At the moment I'm using a 0.5 pen, and I'm going to change that to a 0.1. I don't think you can actually see that on the video. And the reason why I'm changing that is I want these lines a lot thinner. I'll just do the highlight. One more pen to go. This one is probably about the thinnest pen you can get. I'd say a 0.05. As you notice, the nib on it is very, very fine. Now, before I do that, I'll use this pen to demonstrate what I'm going to do. We've got the iris here, and we've got the up there, a little light there. We've done the smaller line there, so this is like the centre of the iris, the centre bit. And what we're going to do is, with this very fine pen, is we're going to do lines across like that, about halfway down, and then halfway down that, and halfway down that, so as you get the effect of it fading. So as I do these lines, got the effect now of it fading. Here I'm just going to do some little dashes like that to add shading around here. And change back to 0.1 for the eyelashes. I'll do that one eyelash there, then do the rest of the eyelashes. And some more eyelashes down here. Okay, so that's eye number 4. Now we'll go back onto the pencils, because of otherwise I'll spend all day doing them in a pen. But if you can practice some doing them in pen, it'd be even better. So now we'll go to eye number 5, which is this one here. Okay, so we're going to do that one now, and start off with a nice big upper lid. I'll change pencils so as you can see it better. So we start off with a nice big upper lid, and then down here we'll do a lower lid, and then we add a nice big circle like that, oval. You've got the highlight and the iris is oval again. Okay, so bring your iris. This line here we're going to thicken up. So it goes from thick to thin, and here I'm just going to add a little lump there where it gets a bit thicker. We'll add some eyelashes. And down here we'll just thicken this up. Draw in an eyebrow. Right, shading. Now, because it's joined at the bottom here, normally where it's joined you shade darker to lighter, but here we've got a shade from dark up here. So when you're doing your shading, if you go over it very gently like that, and then again, yeah, over it gently, but don't go all the way down this time. And still, I mean, if I'm holding it like that and I keep going over it, you can actually see it getting darker and darker, but I'm not actually putting any more pressure on the pencil. And the reason for this is that if you want to rub it out, rubs out dead easy. But if you've gone in heavy like that, when it comes to rubbing it out, it tends to leave marks, and it takes a lot more rubbing out. As you can notice there, there's marks there on this side. There's next to no marks at all. So do shading gently down. to nearly the bottom there, and then go over it again, bring it down, but not all the way down, so you're only going like, you'd start off there and you'd go to the bottom with the first one, second one you'd come down to about here, third one, fourth one, and so on. So you keep going over it until you've got the top nice and dark and the bottom coming out quite light. Okay, on to eye number 6. Pretty much the same as this one, except the top eyelid is nearly takes up, the eye actually nearly takes up all of the eyelid, and you've got the bottom lid is bent up like that. So go around, and you would add your eyelashes there. Now what I was on about with using the pens to save us rubbing out anything, when you're drawing, draw it around and try and picture in your head where the highlight actually is. So rather than you going back and rubbing it out all the time, you can picture where you're going to have the highlights. As long as you put the highlights in first, it makes life a lot easier. And then we'll add the iris. It doesn't matter about going too heavy with the pencil on when you're doing the iris, because this piece is meant to be dark anyway. Thicken up that a little bit, and then we do the eyebrow. And that's eye number 6. Okay, we'll carry on and do the rest of the eyes in another video. Stay tuned.